last time when we made our construction for the diminishing equilateral triangles. I said there was another way that one could construct a regular triangle, equilateral triangle, and that I'd show it to you this time. Let's just quickly, though, review how we got that first when we drew a circle. We marked off the equal arcs, 6 of them, which were equal to the radius from the center out. And then we connected alternate points, and the other points, when we drew them, they gave us the midpoints of the sides, which proved really helpful for making that construction. The other method that I'd like you to know about is you merely have a line, and starting with your compass at one end of it and the pencil point at the other, you make an arc. Each point along that arc is equal to the radius of this arc that you're making with your compass. So each point is the same distance to that point. Then if you put your compass point on the other side and you make an arc, each of those points are the same distance as to here, and the one point where those two arcs cross is going to be equal from both sides. So we merely need to put our straight edge down and connect this point with the ends of our initial line. Sure is magical what they discovered as they merely played around. It's also magical that for many problems in math, there's more than one way to solve them. One, we used a circle. This time, we started with merely the line that we wanted to have the length of the side be. This was easy to do. But the next step of this is to find the midpoint of the sides. That might not be so easy. But using the same strategy, this point is really on the line of the midpoint. So let's do that. We've got one point here. Let's get a point down here at the bottom. Now, we don't necessarily have to have our compass open quite so big. All we need to have it open is what appears to our good eye as being more than halfway. If we have it less than halfway, the arcs we're going to make wouldn't show up. So I'm going to make an arc here and put my compass point over here and make an arc that crosses it. This point should be at the middle of this line, and if we join it to that, we should be in business. Now, out of curiosity, let's look at if we made a bigger arc. As long as they're more than halfway, all these arcs should line up. So let's make one and see, rather than maybe assuming. So I now have 3 points. One here, and one here. And they should all fall along a straight line. So it doesn't really matter how far you've opened it, unless you open it too far and it doesn't meet on the paper, of course. But now then, I'm going to line this up to here. And all I really need, I'll draw through these just so you can see. Now then, I'll need to do another side. Okay, I'll come out here. Oh, this could be a problem. That big. Maybe I'll break it a little smaller. It's still more than halfway. I just want to be sure that it's on the paper. Yes, it was. And I won't do extra ones. I think I can now assume that that point will line up with this and create the midpoint. So now we've got two of the midpoints. And I could do the same over here, but the Greeks also discovered this. They said, oh, look at that. This point is the middle of the triangle. All I need to do now is just come here and join that to these 2 points. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. So now we're in business and ready to proceed. I'll do one step of this. I'll join this midpoint to that midpoint, and this midpoint to this midpoint. So this playing around's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You explore, you discover things. In this case, we've got to start for diminishing triangles, equilateral triangles. The sides are all the same length, equilateral triangle. Well, thanks for joining me. Hope you play around with this other method as well, so you feel comfortable with it. And until next time, my best wishes.